Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card, we are going to be seeing what is the next major shift or big change or changes that are coming into your life. So I kind of have an idea about what the format of this reading is going to be, but sometimes Spirit just comes in and does whatever she wants. But the way I am picturing it, there's going to be 4 different parts to this reading. So first we are going to see what area or areas of your life are going through these shifts. Then we will look specifically into what these changes are. Then we will ask Spirit what you need to know about these changes. So whether that's like you need to know something about how to prepare for them, or you need to know something about why they're coming, or whom or where they're coming from, or maybe you need to know how they're going to impact your life. We're going to leave it open, but I'm imagining in this part of the reading, we'll just be like, hey Spirit, what do they need to know about these changes? And then finally, we will close off the reading with any additional messages, any additional advice, whatever Spirit wants to say to you. So that is how we're gonna do it today. So let's move on and show you guys your options. There are 4 readings for you to choose from today, and each option has a different tarot deck as well as a different crystal with it. And this is what they look like from the back, but in just a second, I'm gonna be showing you 1 card from each of the decks so that you can also get a feel for what the artwork looks like. So there are kind of multiple factors when you're choosing your group. You might be drawn to the stone, you might be drawn to the back artwork or the front artwork. If you're drawn to more than one group, that is totally fine, as there may be messages for you in more than one reading. But the card I'm going to be showing you guys is the Wheel of Fortune, because I think that that's very fitting for the theme of like big significant changes. The Wheel of Fortune has this feeling of something being unexpected and also the feeling of something being divinely guided. And I just really like that meaning for today's reading. So without further ado, let's go ahead and give you a close-up look at each of your options. Option number 1, your stone is blue Chalcedony, your deck is the Starchild Tarot, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. Option number 2, your stone is yellow Opal, your deck is the Alchemia Tarot, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. Option number 3, your stone is Carnelian, your deck is the Sasuraibito Tarot, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. And option number 4, your stone is pink Porcelain Jasper, your deck is the Way of the Panda Tarot, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. So just in case you guys need a little bit more time to pick, I have laid out all of the options side by side so that you can compare them and see which one or ones are calling to you the most. Take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the blue Chalcedony and the Starchild Tarot Akashic edition, this is going to be your reading about the next major shift that is coming into your life. As my luck would have it, there is a garbage truck outside just when I start to film your reading. I'm just gonna roll with it. It might even be a sign for some of you guys that it's time to declutter your space or your schedule or your contact list or just your life in general. Old energy wants to move out. So we are gonna put this deck that you guys chose aside for just a second, because in this first part of the reading, I want to take a peek at what areas of your life are going to be going through the biggest change right now. So we're gonna take a couple cards from this oracle deck to start off. For group number 1, what areas of their life are about to go through a huge change? What areas of their life are going to be changing the most? So we have financial discipline and individuality. Okay, so starting off with this financial discipline, the first thing that's coming to me is that if you guys have been, some of you guys might be getting out of debt soon, or you might be finally saving up for a big purchase, or you're reaching a certain financial goal of yours. So maybe you had a goal to save up a certain amount of money or to pay something off. Some of you guys might be even making like a major purchase, like buying a car or buying a house or paying tuition somewhere, or buying different equipment or resources to invest in a dream of yours. And this is all possible because I think that you guys have been quite responsible with your money and with your spending, and that's really, really going to pay off for you. I can feel your spiritual team giving you guys a huge pat on the back. It's like you guys have been saving up for what really matters and investing into your long-term future. If you guys watching right now are at the point where you haven't decided whether you want to make this purchase or not, you haven't decided whether you want to invest in something or not, I do think that with this card here, your spiritual team is saying that this will pay off for you. Also, some of you guys, if you're not already, you might be interested in learning about investment or learning about different kinds of bank accounts or smarter ways to store your money. And I think that what I'm seeing here, rather than like a huge, what could I say, a huge sudden increase in your income, it looks more like you guys have been saving up slowly but surely over time. And I know that that's not always, you know, the most fun thing to do. Sometimes you have to go without like luxuries or things that you might have wanted to purchase for yourself. But I think you're going to start to see like the positive long-term effects of financial responsibility, and it's going to pay off in a major way for you. Then with individuality here, and with the number 11, first of all, the number 11 could be a significant number for you guys, but this is very much making me think of the first house. So this could have something to do with your appearance or the way that you express yourself. So some of you guys might be undergoing a big change of a physical nature, so changing your hair, changing your wardrobe, changing up your makeup. Maybe some of you guys are going to be getting like a significant tattoo or getting some kind of piercings or doing some kind of modification. And if I translate this a little bit more loosely, and I put these messages together, maybe you guys are going through a physical change that required a lot of discipline. So maybe you had like changed up your diet to like change the way that your body looks, or to clear up your skin, or to just feel better physically. I feel like there's a positive change that has to do with like your body, your health, your appearance. Which is really, really awesome. Maybe some of you guys have been like investing more money into your health, into your appearance, taking care of yourself, and your spiritual team is saying that this is really, really paying off. But this whole spread is giving me vibes of you guys thriving. Like you look good, you feel good, you're on top of your stuff, you're setting yourself up for an amazing, prosperous future. It feels very like mature, very grown up, very like living your best life, prioritizing self-care, prioritizing your health. So this is awesome. I could also see like your mental health really improving in the next few months. Especially, I think that you guys will be more mindful and more in touch with your emotions, and you'll recognize, you know, what behaviors are good for you and serving you and what are not. And I think you're also going to get really good at determining like which of your behaviors are just driven by emotions, you know, like, oh, I'm just spending this money because I'm bored, or I'm just spending this money because I'm sad, or I'm just doing this impulsively. It's not really benefiting me. You're becoming very good at like identifying the real reason behind your behaviors, I think, and getting to know yourself a lot more. So there's just a lot of growth and a lot of maturity that I see here. I really, really love to see this. But this next deck that we're gonna look at, this could, I'm gonna leave it a bit open. It could be giving us further insight on these, or it could be adding even more changes to the mix. So we'll see what this deck wants to let us know about group number 1. The cards are trying to run away from me there. Okay, group number 1. Could we please get some clarity on these changes that we've spoken about? Or if there are, oh, Okay, sacral chakra is flipped over, so I'm gonna take that one. Or any other changes that we should know about. We also have self-esteem. Yes. Okay, I love this energy so much. I want to point out that we also have repeating threes here, because we do have 48, which would reduce to 3, and then we also have 21, which would reduce to 3. So this is giving me Empress energy, which matches really, really well with what we just spoke about. That's the energy of beauty. That's the energy of abundance. That's the energy of manifestation. I think you guys are also entering into an energy where, first of all, you're manifesting things pretty effortlessly, and I think you're actually challenging a lot of the beliefs that you had before. So for example, if you guys have always believed that money is hard to get for me, I need to really work hard and, you know, bust my ass to get money, it's almost like your higher self is saying, try me, see what I can do. And I think you're really, really going to surprise yourself with what you're able to manifest in the coming months. And also, I think that what you are consciously wanting to manifest and what you're consciously trying to manifest is very much in alignment with your highest good and very much in alignment with your destiny. And I think that maybe in the past, when you weren't so in touch with your emotions and like why you felt the way you did, why you wanted or why you thought you wanted the things that you did, you may have sometimes been trying to manifest things that weren't necessarily in alignment with your greatest happiness, or like weren't necessarily healthy for you, or like the way you were going about it wasn't good for your mental health. I think you're really entering into an energy where you know what's best for you and you want what's best for you. Like what you want is very much in alignment with what is happiest and healthiest for you, which is really, really amazing. So I would add self-care into this mix. We have the keywords confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. I think you guys are taking really good care of yourselves, and I think that you're freaking proud of it. And you should be. I think you should be very proud of your accomplishments, both outward, because you definitely have some material and physical accomplishments, but also inwardly. I feel like you guys have gone through such a transformation. The number 21, it's also associated with the world in tarot, which is accomplishments, completion, fulfillment. Yeah, your spiritual team is saying you should be very, very proud of yourself. And actually, if you guys ever see sunflowers or yellow flowers of any kind, this could be like your spirit guides smiling at you, cheering for you, expressing their feelings of pride and joy for the direction that you're headed in. Just know if you ever see that kind of sign, it's like your guide saying, we're so proud of you. You've come so far. Keep going. Look at you go. We're so happy. Just beaming ear to ear for you. With the sacral chakra energy here, there is a lot of creative energy blossoming here. So for those of you who are creatives, like you would identify as a creative person, or there's certain projects you've been working on, I think in this next phase of your life, you're going to be overflowing with ideas for your projects. And I also think that it's like you're getting that feeling of enjoyment back. You're getting that feeling of spark back. So maybe there was some time where you guys were not really inspired by what you were doing. The ideas weren't really coming, or you just didn't really enjoy the creative process. And I'm actually thinking that that might have led to some feelings of guilt for you guys, like especially if you really identify with your craft. And you really identify with that being your calling. I think there can be some guilt associated with, you know, not feeling motivated to do it, or, you know, not putting out your best work, not really being in the mood. I think there's kind of a vibe of you guys getting out of some sort of funk, some sort of creative funk, some sort of funk related to your physical energy, related to your self-esteem. With these orange and yellow colors here, I'm really, really feeling vitality for you guys. I just want to mention we have 8 and 21 here, so August 21st could be an important date for you guys. Just, you know, this is a timeless reading, but it might be coming up when you're watching this, or someone could be born on August 21st, whether that is you or someone else. But yeah, I feel a lot of creative energy flowing here. This could also be like confidence in your body, really feeling yourself in your body, because we spoke about you know, your physical vessel with this card. And then we have self-love, self-esteem, confidence. And then there is also like a sensual or sexual kind of energy with the sacral chakra. So maybe you guys are coming from a place of maybe you didn't like the way you looked before, or didn't feel comfortable in your body, or you just felt kind of neutral about it, which is totally fine. But I think you guys might be moving into an energy where you can really look in the mirror and be like, damn, damn, I'm really hot. Like, ooh, I feel sexy today, and feel more comfortable showing off like that. You guys might also be getting into some new hobby that involves moving your body. So like dance or yoga, something like that, some kind of sport or exercise, or something that gets you more in touch with your body and gets you feeling more confident in your body. So, also the letter S could be significant because we have double S's here. So someone's initial, the name of a place, country, city, September, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Yes. All right, so this concludes our first little energy check for the reading. So now we are going to move into the deck that you guys chose. And like I said in the intro, I think I'm just going to keep this part of the reading open. So whatever spirit would like you to know more about these changes, whether that's like how they're coming into your life, or what you need to know to prepare for them or to help these changes come, or how you're going to feel once these changes happen, anything like that. I feel like when I get too specific about like, this part of the reading is for this, and this part of the reading is for this, it usually doesn't end up going like that anyway, because spirit does what spirit wants to do at the end of the day. So I thought, okay, for this part, we are just gonna leave things open. So, ooh, the first card that we have for you is Akashic Records. I only just started using this deck because it's new. I just got it. And this card has come out 3 times. So that's so cool. We also have repeating 2s. I think 1s, 2s, and 3s have been significant for you guys. Akashic Records, 6 of Wands. Wow. Oh, interesting. Then we have the 5 of Wands. And finally, the Emperor. Okay, so there is a ton of fire energy going on here. We have Wands, which is fire, Wands, which is fire, the Emperor, which is Aries energy, which is also a fire sign. I don't know if this has any sort of elemental or zodiac association, because it is like an original card of this deck. It's not in the traditional tarot, but yeah, there's a ton of fire energy. With 5 and 6 here, the months, oh, and also 4, 5, 6. The months of April, May, June could be significant. And if you happen to be in the northern hemisphere of the world, that will actually match up with the spring season. So that window looks very, very strong for you guys. But let's just go through these in order. So I got a really interesting message here with Akashic Records and the 6 of Wands. This makes me think of your history. It makes me think of your past lives. And I think you guys come from a history of being a very influential person, or being a very highly admired person. And I think that even in this lifetime, you guys possess a lot of the traits that made you so admired. So, sorry, that was not a very good sentence, but you know, let's say for example, you've had many past lives as royalty, or as a celebrity, or as a very powerful person, very influential in your community, very attractive. A lot of people gravitated towards you for your talents, for your looks, for the way you carried yourself. The 6 of Wands just gives me like celebrity vibes, or someone who is all that, someone who is highly looked up to. And your higher self is telling you everything that made you so celebrated and so attractive in your past lives is still within you, and you can still tap into them. And this is probably what we're seeing here. This is you guys just tapping into the potential that was within you all along. And really, it's like you're scrubbing the dust off of your beautiful traits and letting your light shine again. It's like you're polishing yourself. These qualities were already always within you, but this was just a matter of you recognizing them and embracing them and being confident enough to show them to the world. I think also a lot of the things, because we were speaking about what you want being very aligned with what's best for you and what you want being very aligned with your destiny. I think that a lot of the things you guys are manifesting right now or trying to manifest right now is what your soul wants for yourself and what has always been within you. So like if you guys are, I think I used dance as an example before. Like if you guys were trying to manifest becoming a professional dancer or like a dancer who, you know, tours and stuff like that, that could be something that has been within you for many, many lifetimes. Like you have had past lives doing that. It's what comes naturally to your soul. So like if there's a specific talent that you guys really want to work hard on, or you want to make a living out of it, or like if there's a certain place that you want to end up in, you know, like a certain part of the world that you want to end up in, I feel like your strongest desires very much are tied to your past lives. And I don't know if you guys explore your past lives or do like meditations or have had a regression done or anything like that. But I think if you were to explore that part of your history, it would start to become a lot more clear to you why you are so passionate about the things that you're passionate about, why you might feel so mysteriously drawn to people, places, or things that you are so mysteriously drawn to. And I think it would also remind you of your confidence. You guys are like a lion or a lioness, and I think that part of you is really wanting to wake up and roar and show off their beautiful mane. Yeah, I think it's almost like if you were feeling insecure, if you were doubting yourself in this lifetime, it's like, oh, they just forgot who they are. It's kind of like that legend or fable or whatever it is about the lion who thinks that they're a sheep. I feel like that's you guys. I feel like you guys are a lion who thinks that they're a sheep. And one of these days, if it hasn't happened already, you're gonna look in the mirror and be like, holy shit, I am a lion. I am this fierce, passionate, well, it's kind of weird to say sexy lion, but like I am this fierce, passionate, sexy, talented being. You will remember, it will come back to you. You can tap into this confidence that you've cultivated and these talents that you've cultivated from your past life. And I think that a lot of you guys are meant to be in the public eye in some way in this lifetime, or well known in some way in this lifetime. I can't say for sure if that's like a big change that's coming soon for you. Maybe for a lot of you that's more of like a longer term future thing. But what I do see changing for you guys in the shorter term future is that I think you're gonna start to notice that people are paying a lot more attention to you, like just you as a person and also the work that you put out. I think you're gonna notice a lot more eyes on you, a lot more people checking you out, both in person and virtually. So like checking up on your social media, liking a lot of your pictures as well. You could have some secret admirers coming forward too. I think you're also gonna be getting a lot of like praise and a lot of compliments in the near future. Not that external validation is like the most important thing, but it's kind of cool to get it because you feel like you've changed so much from the inside, and to know that other people are noticing too and other people are vibing with your new energy too, I think it just really reinforces to you like how much you have changed, how much you are glowing now. Like, look at these freaking cards. You guys are radiant. You guys are literally shining like the sun now, and people are noticing. Don't think that the work you're putting in is going unnoticed or the changes you're going through are going unnoticed, because that could not be farther from the truth. Yeah, you're gonna start to notice like a very positive response. If you guys have a social media platform that you've been trying to grow, I think you'll notice that your platform is like, oh, you're getting a little, not like a huge blow up, but every now and then you'll check and oh, there was like quite a surge in my numbers, or this particular project post video is like doing very well. I think you're going to start to notice little things like that in the near future. And I think you're going to notice that you're getting comments of like, oh, your energy has changed, or you look so happy in this video, you look like you're glowing. And I can just see you guys like, oh, that's so nice, because it's like, it's not just in my head and it's not just within, which it's totally fine if it's just within, but I hope you guys know what I mean. It's really cool that other people are picking up on this like transformation that you're going through. With the Five of Wands here, there's a couple different ways that I can interpret this, but I do think it has a positive meaning when it's next to the Emperor, because the Emperor is someone who is confident. There's so many messages of confidence for you guys. Someone who's confident, secure within themselves, sure of themselves, and they're ready to like take charge of their life and be the main character and make decisions that empower them. And, you know, the Five of Wands has to do with challenges, conflict, competition. But when you put it next to this confident boss Emperor energy and this victorious Six of Wands energy, I'm almost thinking of it as like challenge accepted. I think you guys are getting this renewed burst of energy to overcome the challenges that come your way. You know, there's still gonna be tough times in your life. There's still gonna be like, if you guys are trying to really make a name for yourself, there's always going to be like competition and obstacles that you meet along the way. But I think what this is showing is that you guys really have the strength and the confidence to face them now. Whereas maybe before, setbacks or disappointing outcomes might have really, really made you question what you're doing and question your worth, and kind of your confidence took a hit. I feel like now it just, what is the expression? The visual I'm having is it just slicks off your back like a duck in the water. Like it doesn't even get you wet. It just like, it just flicks off. So I think you're much more resilient. Maybe that's a good way to put it. You're much more resilient, and any challenges, any competition that you come up against, it never shakes your confidence. It never makes you question your worth. You just see like, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I tweak? Because the number 5 is all about like change and growth as well. And the Emperor is very perseverant. So you have this like insatiable hunger for success in your craft, for success in what you're doing, and like things don't bother you anymore. If you're like an office employee, it's like your annoying boss doesn't get to you anymore. Your annoying coworkers don't get to you anymore, or like workplace conflicts. I don't know why I keep thinking of annoying people. I guess because this is like people butting heads, you know, but if there were like clients, coworkers, your boss, or certain tasks that just really, really gave you a hard time, I feel like you have the energy to tackle them now, and it's like, you're not even bothered about it. You're like, okay, let's get through it. This is not gonna ruin my day. I'm still gonna have an amazing day. So I just see a lot of strength and a lot of resilience here. And any negativity that anyone throws your way, because, you know, sometimes when people see such a radiant, bright person, they do feel a little bit, I don't know, threatened or whatever it is, and they'll try to throw some negativity your way, try to knock you down to their level. I feel like any adversity like that, it's just like in one lion ear and out the other lion ear. Like, did you say something? Who are you? Like that kind of vibe. You cannot be bothered because you're only focused on your own self-care and your own success. Okay, so, okay. Now I want to use, and it's so funny, I want to use the spirit animal deck, and there's the lion staring right at you. Lions or feline type of animals may be significant, and actually with this Akashic Records card talking about past lives, maybe some of you guys have had past lives in ancient Egypt, or you just really, really feel drawn to that energy. I'm just thinking of how cats were like really highly respected, and I just watched a video on Instagram today of someone's cat, and they played like an ancient Egyptian sound, and the cat lost their mind. They were like up on their hind legs and looked really alert, and it was very, very cute. But yeah, anyway, cats, feline animals, lions, ancient Egypt might be significant for you. But yeah, okay, so in this part of the reading, we are going to get some additional messages and advice for you when it comes to these changes. I don't know why I'm shuffling the deck this way. I never shuffle it this way. We have Dolphin. So you guys might be drawn to Pleiades as well. Pleiades or Sirius, if you resonate with being a starseed. We have Joy, Light, Flow, and Compassion. So this is, I think, simultaneously like a message about the changes you're going through and also advice. I think this is just about being playful and being in the flow. So not taking life so seriously. And I don't know if this is ironic. I don't know if the word ironic is right, but it's like the more confident you get, actually, the less you feel the need to take yourself seriously, because you stop feeling the need to prove yourself. And I feel like maybe when you're more insecure or you have less self-esteem, you take yourself really, really, really seriously. I guess it's ironic because it's like you have low self-esteem and yet you're putting so much importance on yourself and what you do. I don't know. The use of the word ironic made more sense in my head. But anyway, the more confident you become, I feel like the more fun you guys have, because I think you lose track of what people are saying, what people are thinking, how you're coming across, you know, what's going to be the opinion on what I'm doing, and you're just having fun. And I think you guys are really, really getting into the flow. You're drinking water and minding your business and staying in your lane, and you're just enjoying yourself. With Dolphin here, I'm just thinking of, at least for a Canadian like myself, when I see anything related to ocean or warm weather, I think vacation. So some of you guys might be going on vacation soon. Why the heck am I shuffling the deck like this? I always shuffle like this way, but I don't know. Maybe that's how the deck prefers to be shuffled. We also have Crow. So dolphins and crows could be important animals for you guys, but we have communication, transformation, story, and universal law. So with communication here, I think, first of all, I think that your inbox or your DMs could be kind of blowing up a little bit in the next months. Also April 27, we have 4/27. April 27 could be an important date for you guys. Yeah, I think your inbox or your DMs are going to be a little bit flooded in the next while, because a lot of people are very attracted to your energy. They're going to be wanting to reach out to you, getting close to you. If there is a specific communication that you guys have been waiting for, whether it's from a person or like a company or something like that, I do think this is indicating that the communication will be coming to you, which then could lead to a significant change in your life. We have transformation, which we've talked about. We also have story and universal law, and I think that this might be bringing attention to like the story that you have told about yourself. This is something that I've personally been thinking about a lot. I realized that I've defined myself in ways that are not beneficial to me. Like I've told this story of, oh, I'm just an anxious person, I've always struggled with anxiety, or I've never been like a productive person, I just can't work for long periods of time or focus like other people can. And I have to be careful about the story I tell myself. I think it's okay to acknowledge what I'm struggling with, but to like peg myself as that kind of person, it doesn't allow for change. It doesn't allow for growth. Like, who's to say that I couldn't become a calm person one day? Who's to say that I couldn't become a productive person? So I think this is just saying, like, be careful about the way you talk to yourself and the way you talk about yourself, and try to avoid saying like, I'm just XYZ kind of person, that's the way I am, that's the way I've always been. Obviously, like, especially for negative things. And kind of challenge, I mean, we spoke about you guys really surprising yourself in this chapter of your life, but I think your higher self wants to challenge you to see yourself in a different light and see that you can and will change for the better. So to finish off this reading, we are going to get some tea leaf cards for any other messages or important symbolism that you should be looking out for. What else does group 1 need to know about the shifts in their life? We have younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. So there could be, this could be honestly your energy, which I would translate this as a perseverant, determined, assertive person. Yeah, it can be the positive meaning as well. You guys could be really, even if you're not in Aries, you guys could be really demonstrating like the good qualities of Aries, which all of our qualities are good, but like leadership, taking action, being a go-getter, being motivated, being energetic. Yeah, it's leader energy. It's main character energy that you guys are really, really embodying. We also have, if I put these two cards together, like a younger woman who is stubborn, we spoke about people really being attracted to your vibe and wanting to reach out to you. There could be someone who is a younger woman who is, well, they don't have to be a younger woman, but if it's confirmation, please feel free to claim it. But someone could be really persistently communicating with you. I honestly can't tell if it's wanted or not, but someone could be really, really trying to get close to you or really, really trying to offer you something. And like they just keep messaging you. We have frying pan with trouble and accusations. Okay, maybe this is not wanted. Yeesh. Yeah, maybe you guys already know who this person is, but it seems like this could be a sibling. It could be a friend or an ex-friend or an ex-something. It almost feels like, okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, and we also have temporary problems at the bottom. We also have, and we have April. I'm putting out a lot of these. So the month of April could be significant, or this person is born in the month of April, or this is like going down in the month of April. I think that whoever this is, again, they could be a younger woman, but they don't have to be. I think that you do have like love and compassion for this person. Yeah, I think like this is someone that you do have love and compassion for, and maybe you'll always have love for them in your heart, but it's kind of like maybe you're not on the best terms, or maybe things ended with you guys. And with this good news, I feel like this is definitely related to you. Like you obviously have a ton of good news and a ton of good things coming your way. And we spoke about people, you know, having their eye on you and, you know, checking you out. I feel like this is maybe someone who once they hear or see that you're doing well, or like they hear your good news, maybe from someone else, like, oh, didn't you hear group 1 got accepted to blah, 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 or group 1 got this opportunity, or whatever it is, then I feel like, yeah, maybe that's what the 5 of Wands was referring to. They're gonna start like tempting you with some kind of trouble. Like maybe they start bringing up things from the past, like, oh, you owed me this, or you did this that was bad. And it's like, they honestly don't even want anything from you. I think they just might kind of be spiteful and like, oh, this energy sucks. But it's like, maybe they see that you're doing well and they want to just come in and like mess things up or make things annoying for you. But honestly, the way this would play out is really like if you're going to take the bait or not. And I think that if you don't take the bait, then this person has no power over you. And actually, oh my gosh, okay, I see why this is coming out. Some of you guys might feel tempted to respond to this person, to engage with this person, because like you still do care for them and you want them to be doing well. And you might feel kind of guilty, like guilty for the way things ended, or like guilty that you're doing well without them. And so maybe this is coming up as a little heads up of like, there is no reason for you guys to feel guilty. You do not owe anything to this person, even if they're trying to pull on your heartstrings or like trying to guilt you and make you feel like you owe them something. You do not. Like you guys ended things. You you close this chapter, they're just coming back because like they see that you're doing well and maybe they want something, or they see that you're doing well and they just want to mess that up. It's just childish. That's maybe it's younger women because they're not literally younger, but just because it's childish behavior, which, like, no offense to younger people. I'm not saying all younger people are immature like that, but it could be referring to something like that. And we also have clouds with temporary problems, so I don't think that this is going to last long. I'm honestly not really worried about this because of what we saw previously in the reading, that, you know, the things that used to bother you or trigger you are not so much anymore. But I still think that your higher self wanted to give you a little warning because they could play on that compassionate side of yours. Maybe this is someone who really knows how to do that when it comes to you, and your higher self just wants you to know, like, you do not have to engage with this. You do not have to give in to this temptation. It's like this person is literally trying to serve you beef and you're like, I'm a vegetarian. Tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef. Those are all the messages I have for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. I'm so excited for these changes that are coming your way. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in checking that one out or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys lots of love. Oh man, I'm not used to the new outro yet. I'm sending you guys so much love, and much love to your spiritual team as well. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you to your guides for helping me with this reading. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose this yellow on yellow combo, our yellow opal with the Alchemia tarot, this is going to be your reading all about the next major shifts that are coming into your life. So for the start of this reading, I'm actually just going to set this deck aside for a second, and we're going to start by seeing what areas of your life are going to be going through the biggest changes in the near future. Wait, I have to move this. There's like lines on the table, and I like it to be completely level, you know what I mean? But let's see, for group number 2, what areas of your life are going through the biggest change right now? Group number 2, we have, spirituality with the number 77. And the number 57 with teaching and learning. So I feel like these actually go together really, really well. First of all, both the numbers 7 and 5 have to do with spiritual growth, with spiritual development and advancement. The number 5 makes me think of the 5D. The number 7 makes me think of the 7th chakra, or the crown chakra. So it looks like you guys, your connection to the spirit realm, or your connection to your spirit guides, to your higher self, is really, really strengthening right now. It's also really cool that both of these cards have this deep violet-y purple color, because this is also associated with the crown chakra, and this makes me think of downloads and psychic abilities. So I feel like in this next chapter of your life, you guys are going to be receiving a lot of information and a lot of insights through your spiritual abilities. I think claircognizance is going to be a really, really big one for you guys. So just having information without any 3D reason or without any 3D proof. When it comes to crown chakra energy, I will be honest, it does tend to make me think of spiritual developments and advancements that could leave you feeling a little bit, I guess, a little bit crazy. That's kind of a harsh word, but like a little bit delusional. Like, am I okay to be believing what I'm seeing? Am I okay to be believing what I'm experiencing? I guess I could say it's psychic experiences that are a little bit a little bit out there when it comes to this crown chakra energy and this number 7 energy. You guys might be going through some kind of paranormal experiences, or having like very vivid, very prophetic dreams, or just knowing things about people around you or what's going to happen without knowing why you know them. You could also be going through some kind of clairvoyant or clairaudient experiences, so seeing and hearing spirits, getting information from them. I will say that when you have abilities heightening like this, it's very important to be discerning and to set boundaries about whom you are okay with coming through and talking to you, and what nature of messages you are willing to receive. So, you know, to put those boundaries there, like, I only want to receive messages that are in alignment with my highest good and the good of all. I only want to hear from my spirit guides, or I only want to hear from loving beings who are here to help us and serve us. You know, putting those boundaries down is really, really important. And I feel like I'm gonna put on my protective bracelets for this group so that you can be safe. But yeah, and it's interesting that we have teaching and learning next to this. On one hand, this could be you guys learning a lot about your spirituality. There could be a specific area of the spiritual realm that you guys are getting really familiar with. So you could be learning more about astrology, you could be learning more about tarot cards, you could be learning more about manifestation, learning more about past life regression, or all of the above, or so much more. And we also have teaching here. So some of you guys might be at the level where you feel like now you can share what you know, you can offer readings of your own, you can start your own channel, or you can start offering your own spiritual services. And even if at the time that you're watching this, you don't feel ready for that, or you don't feel like that's really up your alley, I do feel that maybe the psychic experiences that you're going through at this time, and what you learn from that and how that changes you, that might actually push you towards the direction of, you know, considering to become a spiritual teacher of sorts. I know, like, just to talk about myself for a second, I never thought that I would be a reader, or I don't even know if I would consider myself a spiritual teacher, but I never thought that I would be like on this end of spirituality, like reading for people, sharing messages for people. I always thought I was just going to be someone who like casually enjoys it and is on the receiving end of messages, but I just had like a string of crazy experiences that really did make me question my reality. I didn't really realize I was having like psychic experiences, and that I was experiencing like clairsentience, claircognizance. But once it all fell into place, I started to become more comfortable with the idea of, you know, sharing what I knew and sharing what I was learning. So you guys might be going through a transition like that, where you're going from just the like receiver of these kind of spiritual insights to now you're sharing them, and now you're teaching them yourself. But whatever the case might be, I do think your psychic abilities are heightening like crazy around this time. With teaching and learning here, you know, taking away from this spirituality message, this could also be indicating a major shift is coming in your education. So some of you guys might be going to school, or going back to school, or changing your major. If you are considering doing that, this could be a green light that it's time to do that. And it doesn't have to be like formally enrolling in a school. It could be like you purchase an online course, or you're getting one-on-one tutoring lessons, or you're starting to teach yourself a new skill, a new language, a new subject. Also, I think that if any of you guys are waiting for news about acceptance to a school or passing an exam of some kind, I do think that you will be getting positive news, because all of these repeating sevens, I'm thinking of lucky number 7. This number always makes me think that, well, I wouldn't even call it good luck, because I think you earned this with your hard work, but good times and happiness are coming to you guys. So this is also giving me like 9th house energy a lot, because both spirituality and teaching and learning and education are related to the 9th house. So you guys might have Sagittarius energy, or you have a lot of 9th house placements, or maybe something is transiting your 9th house to make all of this beautiful energy come in for you. And now that we're talking about the 9th house, I may also throw in travel, because that is another thing that's associated with ninth house energy. So you guys might be, maybe you're traveling for spiritual purposes, going somewhere that you've always felt really drawn to, or going to some kind of workshop or retreat, or meeting up with a spiritual community. I'm thinking of like, there was, where was it? It was somewhere in the States. There was like a huge crystal and gem exhibition recently. Oh my gosh, I don't know the details about it, but you could be traveling for something like that, like to meet with a spiritual teacher, or to go to a power spot, or to get some crystals, or you could be traveling for your education, so like going to study abroad, for example. Or you could be moving to another country to teach, you know, like going somewhere to teach English or something like that. So there's a lot of different interpretations that we can see here. Let's get into our other oracle deck. So with this part, we are gonna leave it kind of open. These cards could either give more clarification to what we spoke about here, or they could be introducing even more changes that are coming into your life, or a little bit of both. So we have personal boundaries, choice, assertiveness, empowerment, and authenticity. I think it's really interesting that this card is coming out, because we spoke about, with your spiritual abilities heightening, you will need to assert your boundaries about which spirits you want to talk to and what kind of messages you would like to come through. And also, especially if you guys are going to start putting yourself out there as a spiritual teacher, you know, like starting a platform and sharing your spiritual gifts, boundaries are going to be very, very important with like how much of yourself and how much of your energy you are willing to share, how much of others' energy you're willing to absorb and pick up and feel. When you're an open channel, other people's energy can affect you and can hit you really, really hard. So I think it's going to be important, if you do venture into this territory, to learn how to stay grounded. And remember that no one is really entitled to your spiritual gifts or to your knowledge. It's an amazing thing if you want to share it, but at no point should you feel obligated to. I think that's really, really important. Also, for those of you who resonated with this being about school, or with this being about work, like if you're going into a teaching position, this can also be talking about boundaries with your work or boundaries with your schooling. So basically, maintaining a good balance. It's really interesting that we have, this is solar plexus energy, the yellow card, which sort of talks about like your identity and the way you express who you are. And maybe some of you guys are giving too much time or energy to your work, like your schoolwork or your career, where it's kind of becoming you. So if I could use myself as an example, this card would be coming out to tell me, like, make sure that you have strong boundaries between KINO and Carry, and that you can like turn off KINO when you're not filming, when you're not reading, and be yourself and live your own life, and don't like lose your identity to your job, if that makes sense. So make sure you're not losing yourself to your job or to your studies, or like that's becoming too much of your personality. You want to make sure that you stay authentic and stay true to yourself. And this is not to say like you're not being the real you when you're at work, but you know what I mean, to secure your life outside of it, because that's just as important. I remember one of my good friends probably would still say this to me, but she used to say to me quite a bit, like, Carry matters just as much as KINO. And I was like, oh, thank you. And that's the kind of feeling that I'm picking up here. Remember that you matter just as much as what you do for others. You matter just as much as what you do for a living, or what you're studying, or I dare say even more. And also, I just noticed the number 16 reduces to 7 as well. So there's a lot of 7s going on here. What else do we have for group number 2, another yellow one. And it's funny because you guys were drawn to the yellow stone and the yellow deck. So it looks like your solar plexus is needing a lot of love right now. We have gut instincts, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. This makes sense with your intuition heightening and your psychic abilities heightening. I think that your intuition is going to be a good guide for you. Like maybe some of you guys watching this are thinking, how do I know where to set my boundaries? How do I know if I'm giving enough, or how do I know if I'm giving too much? And I think you very much have the innate ability within you to check in with yourself, because at the end of the day, it's all based on like how you're feeling in your gut. There is no objective or external standard of like, you should give this much of your energy. You should say yes in these circumstances, and you should say no in these circumstances. It's very, very personal. Like, yeah, personal. That's why it's personal boundaries and not just boundaries. So when it comes to your boundaries, it's important not to model them off of someone else's boundaries. So like, you know, just because someone else might be very, very comfortable saying yes and giving a lot of themselves, it doesn't mean that you have to be comfortable saying yes to the same things and exerting yourself in the same way. Just because someone's putting out a lot of work, it doesn't mean that you have to as well. So checking with yourself and how you feel, like Lion is making me think it's like Leo energy. It's all about you. It's all about yourself. It's all about honoring yourself. That's very, very important. And I think it's also important to remember that you can change your boundaries. So you can say yes one day, and then a week later, you can say no to the same thing. Like, sorry, I had the energy, or I felt good helping you with this or giving you my energy in this way, but now I don't. And you're allowed to do that. So it all has to do with your personal feeling. It's allowed to fluctuate. It's allowed to be different from what others are doing, or different from what others are expecting of you. Like all of this yellow energy, it's all about you. It's all about you. It's very, very personal. All right, so let's get into your yellow tarot now. And like I mentioned in the intro of this video, I'm kind of going to leave this part of the reading open to whatever else Spirit would like you to know about these changes, whether that is like how they're going to come into your life, or what you need to know to prepare for them, or how they're going to impact your life once the changes have happened. So it can be a number of different things, but yes, I'm feeling called to leave this part of the reading pretty open. So for group number 2, what else do they need to know about the changes coming to their life? So we have death. Scorpio energy might be significant for you guys. Whether that's a person who is a Scorpio, you or someone else. It could also be like Scorpio season, late October to late November. We have the King of Cups here. So interesting how we have Scorpio energy, and then we have water sign energy. Maybe some of you guys are a water sign, or you're dealing with a water sign, and then Scorpio is the most prominent out of that. Then we have the 7 of Swords. And the 3 of Wands. Okay, so it's, wow, this is really cool. So I do think while this could be indicating a significant person in your life, like a Scorpio or a water sign person, I also think this is speaking to how your energy is changing. The King of Cups, well, first of all, the Suit of Cups talks about our emotions, and it talks about our intuition. It talks about sensitivity and compassion. And so you coming through as the king here, I see this as you guys developing a mastery over that. So like a mastery over your emotions, a mastery over your intuitive and spiritual gifts. That doesn't mean that you can't grow and progress anymore in your spiritual gifts, because we always can. But I think what this mastery is talking about is the confidence confidence that you have in your spiritual insights, confidence that you have in your intuition. I think that you're reaching a point where you can receive messages and you can receive confirmation and you just accept them and you just feel good about them without constantly, because we mentioned at the beginning of the reading, sometimes I feel like the things you experience could feel very out there, but I think this King of Cups is here to assure to you guys that you are going to reach a point in your journey where it literally doesn't feel so crazy or so out there anymore. You just receive the message, receive the blessing, receive the knowledge, and you claim it, and you allow yourself to feel good, and you allow yourself to trust it. So and I think a lot of these insights are going to come from you, but just for an example, if you were watching a reading and you hear all of these amazing things are coming, you just claim it. It to be true and you just claim it. I'm also noticing there's yellowy blonde hair in a lot of these cards, like the lion, this person, this person, this person. I don't know about these because they have hoods, but someone with goldish, yellowish, blondish hair might be significant for you guys. But yeah, this is a mastery over your intuition and over your compassion as well. So I feel like maybe you guys have come from an energy where you felt the need to please others, like a people-pleasing energy, or non-confrontational sort of energy. I don't want to upset anybody, and feeling like you owe people stuff. Like if you have time, you owe it to someone. If you have energy, you owe it to someone. If you have something to give, you owe it. I think you guys are very compassionate and very generous. And I don't want to discourage you from being that way, but I think what we're seeing here is that you're learning to discern when I'm going to give when it feels good to do so. And just because I can, it doesn't mean that I have to, or it doesn't mean that I should. I think that looking back, you guys might realize a lot of ways in which you've violated your own boundaries or let people take advantage of your kindness and take advantage of your compassion. I feel like maybe you guys have really strongly identified with being a giver, a nurturer, a protector, a healer. So much so to the point where you would feel guilty if you are not those things. And I think what this reading is saying is, while on one hand it's amazing to be those things, you are not chained to those identities at any point. You are allowed to withhold your energy. You're allowed to protect it and keep it for yourself. And I guess I could say in this new chapter, you're not giving so freely anymore, but honestly, I think that that's a good thing. I feel like you guys maybe have given too much in the past, or you've extended yourself too much in the past. Some of you guys have even been, I'm picking up you've even been too generous with your money or your material resources because you feel bad for someone, or you want to help someone out that you care about. I think that you guys have also been very, very generous with emotional labor. I often get this vibe in readings. Well, not often, but sometimes I get this vibe of you care more about other people healing and bettering themselves than they care about healing and bettering themselves. So it's almost you're putting more work into their healing journey than they are, or if you're in a connection with this person, you're pulling the weight for both of you, and that person just never seems to catch up, but you just seem to have endless compassion for them. And I feel like that's really gonna stop. That's what I mean when I say you're becoming a master over your compassion, and you're becoming a master over your emotions. The King of Cups is he's a sweetheart. He's extremely caring and soft and gentle, but he's not a pushover. So this is a big transformation that you guys are going through. And I think you're going to notice when you fill your own cup and when you use your energy to feed and nurture yourself, you feel a lot more vibrant. You feel a lot more healthy. You manifest better. You have clearer psychic messages coming to you. It's you will feel like you went on some kind of cleanse or some kind of detox when you start, and you're gonna notice how much of your energy was leaking out from these holes and going to other people. you're going to notice how drained you were once you start caring for yourself properly. I feel like you were operating from this energetically drained energy before, and you just thought that was the norm. Like you just thought that's how you're supposed to feel, or how it's normal for a person to feel. But in this next chapter, when you're so energized and fed, like energetically fed, you're like, holy crap, is this how I can feel? Is this like the baseline for how I can feel? Which is really, really lovely to see. I think that the death energy is definitely talking about a transformation, a death and a rebirth that you guys are going through. I also think this is good karma coming to you. This is Scorpio energy, which does make me think of karma, like being related to the 8th house as well. We have the number 13, which reduces to 4, and this is about the natural order and the natural cycle of things. 4 represents cycles, so what goes around comes around. And I feel like this white horse is coming here to deliver to you your transformation and also your good karma. Like you're the king, and this horse is like, my lord, I've come to bring you gifts of good karma. Moving over here, we have the 7 of Swords. I definitely think that you guys might be cutting off some connections in your life. People who, oh, interesting. This is also a number 7, which is talking about your crown chakra being lit up and your spiritual abilities being heightened. I feel like when your intuition gets sharper, you might start to realize the true intentions of some people in your life. I feel like there may be some people in your life who are kind of taking advantage of your kindness and taking advantage of your compassion, like we spoke about before. And I think that that's going to become a lot clearer to you as your intuition starts to heighten. The 7 of Swords, it generally just talks about some kind of sneaky behavior, or some kind of behavior that is not very genuine. So there could be people who had been like flattering you, or who had been love bombing you because they wanted something from you. They wanted your energy. I also just do have to say this, even though it could be a message that is kind of tough to hear, and it certainly doesn't have to be for everybody, but there might be some people in your life, or this could also be past tense, they could very much be out of your life already, but I feel like there are some people who, like, to your face, they're really, really sweet, they're always speaking really highly of you, and even being like lovey-dovey with you, like, I love you so much, you're the best, really laying it on thick with you. But then with this kind of sneaky, deceptive energy, they could then be like going behind your back and saying negative stuff about you, or going behind your back and doing stuff that they know would hurt you. And I feel like this is kind of all coming to light now, which it can be quite uncomfortable and painful to see. But I think with death, like, this horse is coming to just do a big sweeping clean of anything that is in your energy, or anything that is in your space that would seek to hurt you, or that would seek to take advantage of you, or that wouldn't honor you. Anything that doesn't treat you or match you like the king or like the royalty that you are. Death is coming to get rid of that. So it almost feels like some sort of purging energy that is going on here. Anything that would weigh you down, or anything that would drain your energy, is going. Like, it has to go. And with death being a major arcana, I feel like this might happen whether you actively choose to discern and do this purge or not. It's like some force bigger than you is coming to clear away the things that have been draining you. And there might be some falling outs here, or there might be some things that come apart that feel a little bit sad at first, but the truth will be in how your energy feels different. The truth will be in how re-energized you feel, and how much lighter on your feet you feel, and how much calmer you feel. I think there's a lot of things in your life, like I said, that you don't even realize they're draining you, because you just think that that's your energetic baseline. But really, your baseline is way up here. And once you feel what it's like to be way up here, you'll realize, like, man, that person was really draining me. That situation was really draining me. But since maybe you were in a place where you couldn't see that for yourself, I do think that spirit and your good karma is coming to help you out with that a little bit. And then with the 3 of Wands here, this is like, This also gives me kind of ninth house vibes, even though it's not related to that. This is actually a Sun in Aries card. So some of you guys might have a Sun in Aries or are dealing with an Aries Sun, or when the Sun is in Aries, which I think it is right now at the time that this video is up. That will be a significant time for you. But yeah, this is the world opening up for you. This is expansion. This is new opportunities coming in. I can say with so much confidence, whatever is leaving your life or whatever is being removed is going to be replaced with things that are just so much bigger and better. A couple different like specific meanings that Three of Wands tends to give me. One of them is passive income. So you guys could be figuring out a way to make passive income, like a little side hustle, or even your own business that is like your main thing. And also like communications and media and writing. So you guys could be publishing something, or starting or growing a social media platform or something like that. But this is like you coming out of your shell and being met with energy that is in alignment with your highest good. New connections, new experiences, new places to visit. This is so much like a out with the old, in with the new kind of energy. And I just like the word vitality is coming to me really strongly. I think you guys just don't realize how energetic you can feel and how much you can really feel like you are thriving. I love this energy for you guys. So now we are going to take a look at our spirit animal deck and get some advice or further messages for you. All right, so group number 2, what other messages or advice do they need? Oh my gosh, okay. We have, koala, calm, perspective, imagination, and ease. We also have the number 44 here. So we have the number 44 and also the number 77. These numbers together actually make me think that you're in alignment with your destiny. That's just like, I don't know if that's the real meaning of them, but it's what they personally make me think. Also just notice we have a 7 here, we have a 4 here. We have 7 here, which I mentioned previously. So it's a lot of 4s and 7s going on. Some of you guys might be drawn to Australia with this koala here, or maybe you are from Australia, or that's somewhere that you're going to be traveling. I think that with this message of calm, perspective, imagination, and ease, this is spirit saying, don't worry. I feel like most, if not all, transitions can be uncomfortable, especially like, you know, dark night of the soul, and then the resulting spiritual awakening, energetic purging, which then results in an energetic upgrade. I feel like those kinds of spiritual transformations can be quite uncomfortable. They can affect you emotionally, mentally, physically. Like it's big to process these kind of shifts. And I think spirit is saying, like, don't worry, literally, like, keep calm, don't panic. This uncomfortable transition phase is only temporary, and you are going to feel so brand new, and you're going to feel like $1,000,000 after this, and you're going to be so proud of yourself that you made it through this transition. I also think with imagination here, you're being encouraged to give more time and energy to allowing yourself to daydream and visualizing your wildest dreams and sort of entertaining the idea that they can be a reality for you. We also have gecko and some monarch butterflies, which are also about transformation. And look, the number 33. So you have the number 33 here as well. We also have a 3 here. Synchronicity, well, yeah, there's a ton of synchronicity even in this reading. Optimism, truth, and mobility. So it does look like many of you guys are relocating. We got that travel message with the 9th house. These cards gave me 9th house energy. And then we have travel with the 3 of Wands. That's also a meaning of the card that I forgot to mention until now. You guys are traveling, or maybe you guys are transitioning into a career that you can do from anywhere. So like you could travel if you felt like it. You could travel if you wanted to. There may be some significant like travel restrictions or travel bans that are going to be lifting. That is really, really favorable for you guys. Optimism also makes me think of ninth house energy. I feel like all along this journey, Spirit's going to be bringing you guys signs and synchronicities to let you know that you're on the right path and everything is going to be okay. Like Spirit's kind of going to be holding your hand and talking you through this transition the whole time. So now to finish off this reading, we'll get a few tea leaf cards. Spirit, what are the last messages that you have for group number 2? Ooh, we have love. Interesting. So a new love coming into your life, or love is heightening. We have Rooster. Honestly, I'm not even paying attention to this message because Year of the Rooster came to my mind really, really significantly, which is the years 2005, 1993, 1981, 1969, 1957, and back 12 years. You could be entering into a relationship with somebody who is in the Year of the Rooster, or maybe this is your year of birth. There we go. I also kind of like that we have a rooster because we were just talking about the dark night of the soul and uncomfortable transitions, and roosters make me think of like sunrise, you know, because they cock-a-doodle-doo when the sun rises, and we have this beautiful sun rising on your 3 of Wands card. So maybe the rooster is here to say like, your sun is rising, your dark night is over. And then we have Eagle, triumph over trouble and obstacles. Eagle is also related to Scorpio energy. Let's get one more for you guys. And then, oh my gosh, group 1 got this as well. Frying pan with trouble and accusation. So this might have to do with like, oh look, at the bottom we have sun with happiness and well-being. And we have, oh look, there's 2 dogs and a horse. We have a horse with short journey. I'm pulling a lot of bottom of the deck cards today. That's just the vibe I'm on. With short journey, so even more indication of travel. We have dog and dog far away. Protection from a powerful friend. A distant friend is thinking of you. This could be referring to a spirit guide, which is actually, it's often the vibe that I get, especially if you guys do have like a dog, whether they are here on earth or in heaven, they could be thinking of you and watching over you. It could also be like a friend who lives far away, or could be also a love interest who is thinking about you. I love how the sun energy matches with what we've spoken about in your reading. You guys feeling very happy, very energetic, having vitality. But yeah, I think this trouble and accusations could be referring to when you guys start to assert your boundaries more. And maybe that's what this like arrogant person energy is talking about. Like somebody who feels entitled to your energy might not take the change in your boundaries so well. But this is the test of your mastery over your compassion. I think that you can have compassion for someone and feel for someone and still say no to them. There's a difference between like, you know, feeling compassion for someone and like feeling pity or feeling guilted into helping somebody. And I think you're realizing that distinction and saying like, look, I love you, I have compassion for you, but like I can't help you, or it's not my place to help you with this. It's not my job. It's not my business. Like you're drawing that line. And I think you're not giving into that temptation to be soft or to let your heartstrings be played on like you did before. It's funny, there's kind of a similar message for group 1. I don't know if you guys felt drawn to group 1 as well, but it's interesting. But yes, group number 2. Oh, we also have October at the bottom of the deck. So October could be a significant month. We were talking about Scorpio energy a lot, and some Scorpios are born in October. But yes, group 2, these are all the messages I have for you. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. By the way, this is black obsidian. for those of you who are interested, you might feel drawn to pick up some of this. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below too. I'm sending you guys so much love. I'm so excited for these changes that are coming to you, and much love to your spiritual team as well. Thank you very much to your spirit guides for being here and helping with this reading, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number threes. So if you guys chose the Carnelian and the Sasuraibito tarot, this is going to be your reading about the major shifts and big changes that are coming into your life. I really wanted to use this stone because, like, look at her. She's so beautiful. But then when I filmed the intro and I was watching it back, you can totally see my reflection in this stone. So like when I'm like, you know, making gestures and moving around, you can see it all in the stone. For one, that made me feel kind of self-conscious. And I also think that it could be a little bit like distracting if you're watching the reading and you see this, like this, something in the stone is moving. So I'm just gonna, I feel like this will be a safe place to, oh God, I don't know. I can't tell because the screen of the camera that I'm looking at it on is quite small, but then when I watch it back on my computer screen, it's like pretty large, but I feel like that's safe. And then you can still see the nice red color of it. But yeah, let's get into your reading. So I'm going to set this deck aside for a moment and we're going to use this oracle deck to start off. And what I want to see in this part of the reading is which areas of your life specifically are going through these changes. So for group number 3, what area of their life is going to change? We have surrender. I feel a lot of weight being lifted with this card. And we have pride. So, oh, wow. Very interesting that these numbers are mirroring each other. So we have 9119. Even the colors are mirroring each other. This is kind of giving me counterpart energy, I'm not gonna lie. So if you feel like you're going through that kind of situation, or if you're on like a divine counterpart, soulmate, mirroring souls type of journey, this could definitely be a confirmation that this is your group. But it's also really interesting that like surrender, pride kind of makes a phrase when you put them together. It's also really interesting that, you know, the numbers are 1 and 9, like the beginning and the end. And we also have red and purple, which is like at the beginning and the end of the color spectrum. It feels like something is coming full circle. It feels like a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. For some of you guys, I just have to say I'm getting like major reconciliation or reunion vibes. So like somebody that you're in separation with, or that you had a falling out with, that you know, drifted apart from, and both of you missed each other and both of you wanted to patch things up and give the connection another try. But there was a little bit of pride involved, maybe pride to apologize or pride to be the first one to reach out. And maybe there was a little bit of that going on both ends, but I think that the big change we're seeing here is some sort of reconciliation, some sort of new cycle in a connection where you're both swallowing your pride and you're being vulnerable about how you really feel, and realizing that you're actually quite similar on the inside. And I think you're coming together in a way that is very peaceful. Just these two images remind me of yin and yang, you know, like the outside color here is on the inside and vice versa. So there's definitely kind of like a counterpart union or counterpart reunion energy coming through here. But in general, I also think that this can be talking about you guys, like if you don't resonate with that initial message, I think that this can be talking about you guys really learning how to surrender to the flow and surrendering to the greater plan of your soul as you move through this earth and navigate this life. So this is you guys being in an energy of allowing. So before, maybe you were in more of an energy of like resistance and fear and feeling the need to control everything and really struggling with your manifestations, or really struggling to find peace in your current situation. Maybe you were very anxious about the future, or you found yourself really dwelling on the past. And I think this is you guys just surrendering to the present moment, allowing things to unfold naturally, and finding your peace and joy right here, right now. I actually really like that we have the number 19 here, because it's reminding me of the sun, which is a very happy card. And with this pride here, maybe this is actually your higher self saying that you should be very proud of yourself, or your spiritual team saying that they're very proud of you for this evolution that you've gone through. And I also think maybe this is you guys learning to deal with, like, I don't know if pride is exactly the right word, but I guess that feeling of stubbornness, that feeling of like thinking you know what things should look like or how things should be unfolding in your life, feeling like you know better than the universe, or you know better than your higher self. I guess you could say there's a little bit of pride in there, or a little bit of ego in there. So this could also be you guys like surrendering your ego and accepting the divine plan that your soul has created for you. But in any case, I feel like whatever is happening here, it's bringing you guys a lot of peace, and it really is a sign that you have matured and that you're ready for this ascension, like you're ready for this next chapter. So let's go into the next oracle deck that we have here. And for these cards, this could either further clarify the energy that we've already spoken about here, or it could be introducing even more changes that you guys should know about. So first, oh, look, we have love. This card is so freaking cute. Kindness, benevolence, sharing, and receiving. The image of the dog here, it is making me think of loyalty, and I love how it looks like he's smiling. We have the number 24, which will reduce to 6. This is a number of love, of union, of harmony, of good health. It makes me think of all of these wonderful things. So yes, I do think for a lot of you, this has to do with like something is going on with a person that you love. It could be a romantic connection, a friendship, it could be a family connection as well. But it looks like you're really showing that all this time you were loyal to each other. You never forgot about each other. You always had that love and that compassion and that soft spot for one another. And I think the number 6 is also about balance. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it makes me think of a really nice, like I'm getting 6 of Pentacles vibes, like fairness and equal energy exchange, energy that flows freely between the two counterparts, so that you get to experience both the joy of giving and the joy of receiving. This could also be like new love is coming into your life if you don't have someone in mind already. And then we have intelligence, education, knowledge, perception, and flexibility. So this might be a new change that Spirit is introducing into this reading. I definitely think that Spirit could be hinting that you're, surrendering to Spirit, surrendering to the divine plan, and trusting that everything's unfolding exactly as it should. They could sort of be hinting like, this is the smart thing to do, this is the wise thing to do, this shows that you've gained a greater perspective, and you being flexible as your journey unfolds is a really great way to live your life. But this could also be a specific message for some of you guys that there is a big change coming with regards to your education, with your field of study, with the certifications and qualifications that you guys have. The word specialist is coming to my mind, like you're becoming a specialist in a certain field. Some of you guys might be a teacher or a coach of some kind, or a counselor of some kind, or you're moving towards that direction. But I think there's going to be, in this next chapter of your life, there's also going to be like big leaps and bounds in your education, in the knowledge that you have, and in the qualifications that you have. So the types of like skills and services and knowledge that you're able to offer to other people. I think if I had to guess maybe how this will tie into what we've spoken about, this could be a milestone in your education or a milestone in your career that you've been working towards for a long time. And when you knew this person before, maybe it was like just an idea, you were just talking about it, or you were like still in the process of working towards it. And as you're coming back together and as things are coming full circle, it's like this person gets to see you reach that milestone. They get to see you make this accomplishment. So this could also be a hint of like the timing of this reunion for those of you who are maybe wondering when this is going to happen. If you have like a graduation coming up soon, if you have school starting soon, if you have a big exam soon, if you have any kind of courses that are starting soon, or you're going to get a license soon or something like that, I feel like the timing of this reunion could kind of coincide with that. And if I had to guess, it might happen a little bit before, because I feel like this person is going to get to see you reach this milestone, if that makes sense. Cool. I like this energy. So let's get into your tarot now to get some further insight on these changes. Like I mentioned in the intro, I am going to leave this part of the reading kind of open to whatever spirit would like to mention here. Oh, also, as a change, some of you guys could be getting a dog or getting a new companion animal. But I'm going to leave this part of the reading kind of open. So whether spirit wants to tell us about how these changes are coming in, or how you should prepare for them, or how it's going to impact your life once the changes do happen. I really like the way these cards shuffle. Very easy to shuffle. Of course, I jinx it right after I said that. Okay. So, group number 3, what else do they need to know about these changes that are coming in? So first we have the Queen of Wands. Oh look, and we have a cat here as well. We have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, companion animals are significant to this pile. That is way too many cards. It's interesting though that we just had a bunch of cards fall out at once, because sometimes that gives me the vibe like someone really wants to talk to you, or someone's feeling really strongly for you. Someone has a lot they want to say to you, which makes sense given the context of this reading. We have the Page of Wands as well. And oh my gosh, and the Four of Wands. So that's kind of cool. We had, okay, bear with me. We had 9, 1, and 1, 9, which are mirroring numbers. If we reduce this, we have 6 and 9, which are kind of mirroring numbers because they're reflections of each other. And then we have 4 and 4. So there's a lot of synchronicities going on with the numbers. The month of April might be significant for you guys because we have 4s here, and it actually is going to be April, I think, when this video is uploaded. April 5th might be significant, like 4-5, or April 2nd, like 4-2. And also, April has Aries and Taurus season in it, which is a fire and earth sign, and we have fire and earth here. So like April seems to be really, really significant. And then fire sign person might be significant. So an Aries person, Leo person, or a Sagittarius person. I also want to mention, I don't think this is going to resonate for everyone, but there is kind of an indication of children here because we have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. You could think of the page as like the child of the queen. So there might be like a birth announcement, or a new child is coming into the world, whether that is your child or someone close to you is having a child. I just wanted to mention that. But okay, let's go through these in order. What I'm seeing here with the Queen of Wands is I think that this is like your confidence is being boosted in some way. It could have to do with the milestone you are reaching here, with the new knowledge and intelligence that you have cultivated for yourself. Recently, Queen of Wands has been giving me the feeling of someone showing off their stuff, like showing what they're made of, showing what they've been working on. For some of you, I'm really getting the vibe of like you're graduating or you're completing some course and then you're like walking across the stage and feeling really, really proud of yourself. And so that's you kind of being seen and showing off and being proud of your accomplishments. Or some of you guys could be having some kind of performance and like this person you care about is coming to see you. But there's that vibe of like, you've come so far and reached a significant accomplishment and you get to show that off and your loved ones are celebrating it. And I really have that image of like you being front and center, like you being on a stage or like showing what you've learned or performing. You guys will have to let me know like if this resonates for your situation, what the case is here, because sometimes I get like very specific messages, but then I can't think of any. Well, I guess I thought of the graduation example, but that was just one. Sometimes I get a really specific message, but then not a lot of like concrete examples to follow that. So it could be that there's like a lot of different situations going on here, but in any case, you get to show yourself off. You get to show off your accomplishments. You get to show off what you have been working on. Maybe some of you guys have like a book deal or you're publishing a book or something like that, because we do have books here. But it's like you are being showcased. Your talent is being showcased. Your abilities, your craft is being showcased in some way. This is like a really exciting event that is coming for you and that is going to make you feel very, very confident in yourself. Like, wow, I really did that. I really worked hard. I have the dedication. I have the talent. Like, I am on fire. I'm literally on fire. With the Page of Wands here and also the Four of Pentacles, this could be something that you guys have been working on for years, like maybe 4 years. Like maybe it's a degree or something like that. But, you know, in addition to the interpretation of this being the Queen's child, this could be like the Queen as a child. So you had this fire in your heart since you were younger, or literally since you were a child. You knew that you wanted to do this. And the Four of Pentacles is like tenacity, perseverance, like you're not letting go. You're keeping your dreams safe. You're staying dedicated. Some of you guys, this took you longer than it takes most people to do. So like, for example, it took me 4.5 years to do a 3-year degree, which like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, you guys might have had to put in a little bit extra work or, you know, repeat a certain process or just fight a little bit longer to get to where you are now, but you never gave up because you had that fire in your soul that kept you going and you always believed that you could do it. And there's something really emotional about this where it's like, look at me now. This person or people that you love get to see your growth. They get to see how far you've come. Maybe this is like family is coming in from far away to watch you graduate or to watch you accept an award, and then in the process, you kind of get to patch things up with them. Like maybe this is like family members who doubted you in the past, when really like you guys were never so different all along. And then they're like, I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm so proud of you. There could be something like that going on as well. But in any case, I feel like your loved ones get to see this growth and they get to see this victory. And in some cases, this will lead to your bonds becoming closer, and those who maybe were not always that supportive or doubted you, or they just weren't physically there to watch you. This could be like, you know, they were always really proud of you, but they could never be there physically. So it's very emotional that they get to be here. With the Four of Wands here, this could even be like some of you guys are getting married, because Four of Wands represents weddings as well. So it could be like, you know, someone you really, really care about gets to be at your wedding, or you get to marry them. But like, it's that feeling of like, I'm so happy you could be here to watch me go through this passage, to watch me celebrate myself and to watch me celebrate this like milestone of my life. It's this kind of feeling. I hope that, again, I feel like there's so many situations that could fit into this. I hope that this is like resonating for you in your situation. And again, this is one of those groups where like, I'm really curious to see, like how it fits for your situation. It could even be like if you're having a child, maybe someone's like coming back to patch things up with you or something like that, and they want to meet your child or something like that. But yes, the Four of Wands is about unions, it's about celebrations, it's about a happy home life. And I really like that combined with love. Like, you're surrounded by loved ones, you're protected, you have a happy home, you're proud of yourself. Everyone whom you want to be with you is with you. So, you know, you're close to the ones you love. And even if there was like a separation or a falling out in the past, I feel like things are being patched up. You're coming into the unions that you want to be in. And like I said at the very beginning of the reading, I felt for some of you, this is like a soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart, whichever label you resonate with. I was kind of getting that sort of vibe. Someone where there had been a separation, but you always really cared about each other. And now you're coming back together and you get to see how much each of you has grown in your respective endeavors. And it's like this very sentimental moment. But yes, you guys will have to let me know, because this is a very powerful energy, but I feel like it could go so many different ways. So let's take a look at your spirit animal cards now. This will be, the main intention I have for this part of the reading is advice, but we could also get some additional messages from spirit here. For some reason, this is the only deck that I'm shuffling sideways. That's just what I want to do with it. We have Golden Orb Spider, Messenger, Balance, Awareness, and Design. I feel like pointing out the number 32 here. That could be like a significant age of somebody. But Spider makes me think of the manifestation of your dreams, and also, I love this word, design, and also awareness. Like, when you surrender, you become aware of this intricate, beautiful design of the path of your life. Even this kind of looks like a blueprint. I think you guys are realizing that spirit and your higher selves always had this like beautiful, intricate plan for your life, and they were always weaving the web to manifest your wildest dreams and desires. And I think it's only when you zoom out, it's only when you let go that you can see how beautifully and how deliberately and how elaborately every little event in your life was planned to bring you here where you are now, where you're surrounded by the ones you love, or you're in union with the one you love, and you've reached this amazing success. And when you look back, you can see every little twist and turn, every little bump in the road, everything to me that seemed like a detour or a delay, or that seemed frustrated. It was all part of this beautiful design. And with balance here, I think you guys are really learning how to co-create with the universe, because, you know, surrendering and allowing is not synonymous with like completely giving up and completely being passive, but it's about trusting your co-pilot, and the universe is your co-pilot. So it's about knowing like, okay, I can be more hands-off here because the universe knows what it's doing, and I also trust myself to know when it's time to take inspired action. I think you're learning how to trust yourself and trust the universe equally as co-pilots, as co-creators, and strike that beautiful balance in weaving the web that is your life. Also, the word messenger is making me think of an angel. Some of you guys have you have like a pet who is an earth angel, like a pet dog or a pet cat or a pet anything. the name Gabriel, like Archangel Gabriel, is coming to me really strongly. And then you guys have the Lion, who is the star of this deck. Leo energy could be significant for you guys. And we also have the number 11 here. Power, loyalty, leadership, and family. So yeah, there's some like sentimental or some important gathering with family, I think, for a lot of you that is coming up soon. And again, there's that feeling of like people are gathering to celebrate you, celebrate some major accomplishment or milestone in your life. This could also be referring to you guys starting a family. So for example, like we talked about children, maybe some of you guys are getting pregnant or having a child, or you're moving in with your partner, or you're coming together with your love interest, whom one day you will have a family with them. And I love that we have the word loyalty, because I spoke about that when the dog showed up before. Like, this counterpart or this partner has always been loyal to you, has always missed you. They were always going to come back. It was always part of the web. So to finish off this reading now, we are going to look at some tea leaf cards to see what other messages you guys might need to know. We have tent with temporary situation. Yeah, I think there's like major vibes in this reading of you guys starting a significant new cycle or a significant new chapter. And I think that this tent card is speaking to the transience of things and the impermanence of things. And this message is meant to be uplifting in that no matter what circumstances you might find yourself in now, they can and will change. Like, there is no night that doesn't eventually turn into a day. There is no night where the sun doesn't eventually rise. And like the phrase, this too shall pass, is coming into my mind as well. Some of you guys maybe have felt like a stagnancy in your life, or you've been so used to a situation that was kind of disappointing or not ideal that maybe you started to think this is just the way things are always going to be, especially like if you've been in a very long separation with someone, or again, you've been working towards this this milestone and it's taking you longer than usual. Like maybe it took you longer than usual to finish your degree, or like you're getting married at a later age, or like, you know, later than most people in your life, or maybe like you were trying to have a child and it took you many, many tries, but the tent is reassuring you that even this is temporary. It may feel permanent because it feels like you've been in a situation for a long time, but this is going to pass as well. This is going to change as well. We also have ant with work, achievement, and success. So your hard work is paying off. I also think that this is, and the lion too, with the lion being associated with the strength card in tarot and ants being strong as hell. This is a testament to how strong you are. This is like, what would you call it? An applause, a praise from your spiritual team of how strong you are. I don't know the exact figure, but ants can carry like so many times their body weight. Like they're really, really freaking strong. And I think that this is your spiritual team acknowledging that's a lot, how strong you have been on this journey. I'm just going to take all of them because I have been taking a lot of the tea leaf cards today in these readings. So we have bird flying, news is on the way. So this could be like the counterpart or this person you love reaching out to you. It could be good news of this completion of this thing that you're about to celebrate. We have tree, affairs with your family. So there's quite a bit of family messages coming through here. Again, that could be like your biological family, your soul family. It could be the family that you are going to create from now. So like your spouse and your children, or your companion animals. Chain of events that will affect your life. This is making me think of the web. Like everything is connected. All of these events have led you to where you are today, and it was all deliberate and it was all orchestrated in your favor. We have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So yeah, I think a lot of you guys did have a separation with someone that was very, very significant. Like it felt like a promise was broken or a commitment was broken. I think that this is more referring to past energy and reaffirming that message of reunion and reconciliation that we got at the beginning. We have nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So even more messages about family, this feeling of coming home. We have eggs in the nest. So again, there's like messages of children. Again, like if this is not you, if you guys don't want children or that's not in your plans, it could be like someone close to you is having children. It could be like a niece or a nephew or a cousin or even a baby sibling for some of you guys. And then we have May. So the month of May might be significant to you guys, aka next month, at least at the time that this is uploaded. But group number 3, these are all the messages I have for you today. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick-a-cards where you get to choose the topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in checking that one out or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below too. So I'm sending you guys lots of love. I am sending so much love to your spiritual team as well. And a huge thank you to your spirit guides for being here and helping out with this reading. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the pink porcelain Jasper and the Way of the Panda Tarot, this is going to be a reading about the next major shift and big changes that are coming into your life. Fun fact about this stone, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tina, my sister's cat who has been in some of my videos before, but she goes nuts for this stone. She loves it. I don't know what it is, but like specifically that stone, if you put other stones in front of her, like maybe she's gonna sniff it a little bit, but mostly she doesn't care. But when you put this down in front of her, she can't stop like playing with it and swatting it around and touching it. She just really, really likes this stone. Anyway, so we are going to set this deck aside for just a moment because I want to start off this reading with this oracle deck, and this is going to tell us which areas of your life are about to go through these major shifts. So for group number 4, what areas of your life are about to go through? We have health, which came out really, really quickly. What areas of your life are about to go through these major changes? Health and perseverance. Okay, so definitely one of the changes that is coming to your life, we'll probably have to pull some clarifiers for this one, but with this perseverance card here, this is definitely something that you guys have been working towards for a long time. I feel like saying you have really put in blood, sweat, and tears to make this change happen. So it's something that you have been wanting and longing for quite some time. I think it has really tested your patience and really tested your resolve, but your hard work is finally paying off. Yeah, I definitely feel like we have to look into this one like later on in the reading, but what Spirit wants you to know for now is that this is something that has really called for your perseverance and that you've really, really been working towards. The other one that we have here, health, I feel like this is a lot more obvious. I think that there's going to be an amazing improvement in your health in the near future. And I feel like, you know, when we're talking about a major shift, this might sound like something that is, you know, suddenly changing, like, you know, a blessing is suddenly appearing in your life, or an area of your life is going through a 180. And that could be the case for some of you. Like maybe you're just starting on a new health journey, and the phrase like cold turkey is coming to my mind. Like you might be quitting something cold turkey, or, you know, very drastically changing your habits. But honestly, for most of you, I feel like this is not the case. And so even though we're talking about a major shift, it may not necessarily have felt like that in your day-to-day life, but when you look back in the long term, like if you look back 6 months ago or a year ago to where you are now, you will see that yes, in fact, the shift has been major and the change has been drastic. Just for most of you, I see it as like little changes that you made day to day, and now they're really, really paying off in your health. This could be related to your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. Just overall, I see that you guys are a much healthier person compared to the person you were like even just 6 months ago. That like time frame is coming to my mind quite specifically. Maybe spirit just wants to really highlight that the past few months have been amazing for you guys in terms of becoming healthier. This can also be talking about like the way you view yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the beliefs that you choose to carry about yourself or life or about your relationships. It could be that you're getting rid of beliefs that were kind of unhealthy for you, that didn't serve your highest good, that didn't make you feel good, and you're replacing them with a new way of seeing the world and a new way of approaching your relationships that is much healthier. I really think at the end of the day, this health card is talking about you guys taking amazing care of yourself. And then, you know, with that being said, if there is a specific health goal, like physically, that you guys had in mind, whether that had to do with like your body, your fitness, an illness or a condition, something clearing up, something improving, or you reaching a certain health and fitness goal, this card can be referring to that as well. But we are going to switch oracle decks now, and with this deck can be further elaborating on what we've seen here, or it could be introducing even more changes into the mix. So your cards are coming out very quickly as well, which is great. That usually makes me think that your spirit guides are very excited for you. We have relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. So maybe this is talking about healthy relationships, like you changing the dynamic of certain relationships of your life to be more healthy. A very specific example that's coming into my mind right now is like having healthy boundaries with your family or with the people you share a home with. So maybe some of you guys are like getting out of a toxic living situation or a toxic relationship with your family. I don't know why this very specific message is coming, but like for those of my viewers who are younger, it's like maybe you have a toxic parent, or you just feel like, you know, your household is kind of toxic, but there's not much that you can do about it. And like you're learning how to make that relationship healthier, or learning to have healthier boundaries, like to the best of your ability. Of course, that's not going to be for everyone, but if you are a younger viewer, or I guess you don't have to be younger, if that message resonates with you, please feel free to claim it. But this can also be like a new relationship coming into your life where, you know, maybe you're coming from a past of toxic relationships, unhealthy relationships, and now you're finding someone where you really, really feel comfortable to be intimate with them. You really feel comfortable in trusting them. You feel like this person loves and accepts you for who you are. And it's this wonderful balance where you feel safe and you feel held and you feel committed to, but you also feel like you still have your freedom. Maybe you guys have had unhealthy relationships in the past where like someone was very controlling and they made you think like, oh, well, if you love me, then, you know, basically, obviously they didn't say this outright, but like, if you love me, you'll let me control you. Like that was the dynamic. Or you'll do what I want you to do. So new healthy relationships coming in. Again, this could be improving an existing relationship to make it healthier, or like a new love is coming into your life, or new friends are coming into your life with whom you'll have very healthy relationships. Let's see if we can get clarity or an additional message for this perseverance card. Although it could be that you guys have been very, very patient for a relationship like this. We have seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. Man, Spirit's being a little vague with this one. Like, I feel that maybe you guys had to persevere even when you couldn't see the future, even when you couldn't see how things were going to turn out. It's like you had to find peace in the unknown, and you had to find a way to have faith even in the unknown. You know, maybe you got, this is about the third eye with this like indigo color. But it's that kind of feeling of you're wishing for something to come, you're wishing for something to come through, and you don't have much to go off of. Like, maybe your guides are just telling you, it's all gonna happen in divine timing, just be patient. And it's like, come on, give me something. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with this. You have to persevere through not being able to see. You have to persevere through the unknown. And it could very well be like in relation to this message here, like manifesting a healthy relationship or like improving your physical or mental health. But I just can't help but feel like there's like an additional message in here. But that's where the tarot comes in, because now we're gonna get into this deck and get any extra information that you guys need to know. In this part of the reading, this is also pretty open. I did really feel called to keep the whole format of this reading pretty open and just let Spirit do what Spirit needs to do. But in this section of the reading, we could be getting more insight onto what is changing here. We could be getting insight into how it's going to change, how you can prepare for these changes, or how it's going to impact your life once these changes happen. But I will just say, you guys chose a very adorable deck. The Way of the Panda is super, super cute. And this stone to me is also super, super cute because it reminds me of Tina. All right, I really feel like giving you guys a thorough shuffle. Okay, group number 4. What else do they need to know about the changes that are coming to their life? What else do they need to know about these major shifts? Oh, we have the 6 of Swords. Ten of Cups. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's kind of a theme of love and relationships going on here. Oh, also, I should mention, the relationship interpretation of this health card does not take away from the previous message of like your physical health improving and your mental health improving. You're definitely free to claim all of them, or as many of the messages as you feel resonate with you, or as you feel like you want to have in your life. And then we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so the number 5 is repeating quite a bit. We also have the number 6, and that's kind of interesting because I was trying to think of like a time frame where all of these numbers would work. So I see 5, I see 6, and then I was thinking like, okay, 5 to 6 months from now, at least at the time that this reading is going to be up, it will be April. And then 5 to 6 months from now, it'll be like October or almost October. And then October is the 10th month. So I'm like, that's the way that all the cards work together. But yeah, all of that to say, the month of October could be significant. Or if you're stumbling upon this video a little bit later, still October, but it could also be like the next 5 to 6 months could be significant for you. So yeah, there's definitely a message of love here, like a loving relationship coming together. And there is also very strong feelings of family here. That could very well be your biological family, the family that you were born into, but it definitely doesn't have to be. This can also be like your chosen family, the people you feel most at home with. It can be your soul family. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility for you guys to be having a soul family union, or like a romantic union that is really, really significant, or both. But I feel like you're definitely attracting your soulmates and the people that you're meant to be with, and the people who will make you the happiest, and the relationships that will be healthiest. And it's so funny because this is only my second time using this deck, but in the other reading that I used this deck, this card came out, and I made a comment that this reminds me, even though this is a card about conflict and it's supposed to be a negative card, I made a comment that like, this reminds me of a family like play wrestling, or, you know, like all jumping on top of each other and having a pillow fight, or like snuggling on top of each other in bed. Like when I look at that image, that's what I see. I don't see people fighting unless they're like play wrestling. So, you know, it's really sweet that we have this card that previously made me think of family, and then we have the Ten of Cups, which is also about a loving and happy family. And what I'm seeing is just you guys surrounded by so much love. Maybe after all, this is what it was referring to. Like, you couldn't see that these unions were coming. You had no 3D proof that, you know, these loving soulmates were out there for you. This soul family, this romantic partner was out there for you. And yet Spirit just kept telling you to believe and just kept telling you to have faith. And you're like, I want to see some proof, or I want to see some kind of sign. It looks like you've had to have a lot of, I guess I could say, blind faith in this situation, or you just have to keep trusting and you have to keep pushing through, even though you don't know, you don't have a lot of information to work with. And there's this feeling of like, how can I trust that this is going to come when all I've ever known, or all I've known for such a long time, is the opposite. So there's like a huge, I have like chills right now. There's a huge shift coming in the way that you guys love and are loved, in the way that you're able to open up and experience intimacy, in the way that you're able to trust others and be trusted. And I feel the feeling of like, I'm about to cry. I think that this is very emotional for a lot of you, and it's sad, but I almost feel like some of you who chose this group and are watching this reading are kind of coming to the point where you were about to just like give up on the idea that this love is out there for you, or just, you know, like lose hope entirely. Kind of like your patience or your trust is really wearing thin. But the Ten of Cups is about your happily ever after, and honestly even better than the happily ever after that you have imagined for yourself. It is like the ultimate bliss, the ultimate energy of your emotional needs being met, of you being surrounded by love. I really don't want to limit this energy like to just romantic or just friendships. It can be both, and it can be everything. With the Six of Swords here, this is like, first of all, this is a card that makes me think of improved mental health. So again, we have a message of health improving, and it talks about a difficult situation that is getting easier, a turbulent situation that is more peaceful, and it talks about a really healthy communication in a relationship. People opening up and talking things through. It can talk about heart to hearts. If you guys are resonating with the interpretation of like the dynamic of existing connections in your life becoming healthier, then this Six of Swords can be indicating a heart to heart that you're going to have with someone important to you, where they really, really start to be vulnerable, and you really start getting to like peer into their soul and become closer to them. So like if you guys have a person of interest, a love interest, someone you have wanted to patch things up with, this is you guys talking things out and being honest with each other and reciprocating with each other and becoming closer as a result. It's funny, I felt that example of you guys, like maybe some of you guys felt like you were in a toxic household or living situation, and the Six of Swords can talk about moving. So for some of you guys, this is like you're moving away from that toxic situation, or you're moving in with someone that you really love and you really trust. But I see you guys being very happy with where you're situated and where you're living as well. Ten of Cups makes me think of a happy home as well. Yeah, I don't want to be a broken record too much, but I just see you guys like so surrounded by love. Some of you guys might be coming into union with your life partner, like the person that you're going to marry eventually, if you're not married already, or the person that you're going to have a family with, because we do have a little baby panda in this card. And then, like I said, this card reminds me of a family. But another thing that this Five of Wands is making me think is that it's like there's no more doubt in your mind. I think, given the way your journey has been, I feel like there's been a lot of times where you guys have doubted yourself and doubted the possibility of these connections existing for you and this love existing for you. And for those of you who are resonating with like coming from a past of unhealthy relationships, I think that there could be a current or past connection that has put a lot of doubt in your mind. I hope for most of you that this is a past situation, but it's like, even though the relationship may be physically over, it's still, the aftermath of it is still like lingering in your psyche. It could still be messing with you. I feel like there was somebody who made you doubt yourself, or who made you question your judgment, almost like they instilled within you to have trust issues with yourself, and they make you think like, is this really who I am? Is this really what I want? Is this really what I believe? Almost like messing with your reality, or messing with your relationship with yourself, messing with your confidence. And I think that what we're seeing with health and with the Six of Swords is we're seeing you recover from that and having beautiful, happy, thriving relationships. Maybe after this relationship or after this person, you guys thought that like you would never be able to do that again. And this is kind of, honestly, I don't like the way I felt this message come through. It kind of gave me a gross feeling. But when I was talking about you guys like moving on and having beautiful, healthy relationships, like this person literally thinks that you're spiting them by doing that, which is like, do you really think that group 4's life is all about you? Like, if they're moving on to find happiness and you think that's about you, like, it just gave me that kind of like gross vibe. And maybe even like this person wouldn't want that for you. But I think you're recovering from whatever doubts they had instilled in you, or whatever inner conflict they had instilled in you, or the feeling of losing hope, the feeling that your future couldn't be bright, that you couldn't have this Six of Swords and 10 of Cups. I guess in many ways you are proving them wrong, but I also think you're proving yourself wrong. Like that voice in your head that doubted, that voice in your head that felt like giving up, you're going to see soon. You're going to have clarity soon. You're going to have the truth soon of why you've gone through the things that you've gone through, of, you know, where these people, where these soulmates have been all your life. I feel like this Seeing card is Spirit saying the answers are coming. This moment of truth is coming. These beautiful unions are coming, and the answers that you needed, the clarity that you needed are coming. Why you've been persevering so much. Why, even when things in the 3D didn't look favorable for you, there was something in you that never allowed you to give up. And that was your soul, and that was also the souls of these loved ones. That was also the higher self of this soul family. Like something in you, even when things look so bleak, just kept lighting that fire to push you forward. And finally, like, you've found your home, you've found your family, and the things or people or environments that messed with you before can't mess with you anymore. Even this Five of Cups, it looks so positive to me, even though it's traditionally a negative card, because these pandas are embracing each other and they don't care about the cups that have spilled. They're leaving the past behind them because they know they have found their soulmate in one another. This reminds me of the Two of Cups, like these two upright cups that are glowing. They found their happiness. And I also think this card is an indication that this could be happening sooner than you think. Because with the imagery here and with the imagery in most decks, it's like literally all you have to do is turn your head and you'll see the 2 cups right there. All you have to do is turn around. So it's this feeling of, it's a feeling of this breakthrough being imminent. It's a feeling of this union being right around the corner. And this group got, I mean, for the cute deck and the cute stone, I did not expect this reading to have these kind of heavier messages, but I think that you're in the process of processing this heavy energy and letting go of it. And I think that this reading is here to reassure you of what's to come. And if you guys feel like you haven't been able to see proof, or you haven't been able to see the signs, you haven't been able to see the way, I hope that at least a little bit, like, even though it's just a video and I'm just a person on the internet, I hope that a little bit this can be a sign for you that your peace is coming, that your happiness is coming, that things are moving in the right direction. So we are going to take some cards from the spirit animal deck now. My main intention for this part of the reading was for it to be advice for you, but this can also be any additional messages that spirit has for you regarding these changes. So, okay, we have Condor, cycles, reflection, perspective, and release. Interesting. There's definitely the vibe. Oh, you know what's really cool? We have the number 9 here, and then we have 37, which reduces to 1. So 9 being like ending, or a cycle is near completion, and 1 being that there's a new beginning. So I think the Condor is definitely here to confirm that this is like a major cycle is ending and beginning in your life. The cycle that is on its way out is one of pain, is one of doubt and uncertainty and hopelessness, and the one that is coming in its place is one of love, trust, all of this. Trust, intimacy, freedom, truth, clarity, fulfillment. Ooh, like I feel chills. I feel chills when I read this energy. Like this, the transformation that you guys are going through is so powerful. I love that we have release here, because it's definitely time for you guys to release some past energies that have kept you down. We have reflection and perspective, which is making me think that one day you would be able to look back on your past, or in the future you'll be able to look back to where you currently are with a greater perspective. And I think you'll be able to observe the past events without reacting or without getting emotional, because they can't hurt you anymore. You're just peacefully observing them now because they have been released. We also have white rhinoceros, stability, confidence, steadiness, and abundance. You are safe. You are safe. You are secure. You're being held in the arms of those who love you. I don't have much else to add to this card. This is just perfect. You're finding your clarity. You're finding your stability, both material and emotional. I love that we have the word confidence here, because there were messages of you guys like coming from a place of doubting yourself or being unsure of yourself. So it looks like you're really unlearning that. I think that you guys, like, your baseline energy was being a confident person, was knowing yourself. And somewhere along the line, like something or someone messed with that. And so to see confidence pop up here, it's like you're unlearning that doubt. You're unlearning that habit of questioning yourself, or feeling like you can't trust yourself or trust your experience of your own reality. We have steadiness. So I think also a really important message here is that your loved ones are here to stay, and they're always going to make sure that you know that. Never would they want you to feel like they're going to leave, or that you can't trust that they're going to be there. It's like very predictable in the best way. So maybe you're coming from a past of dealing with like unpredictable people who maybe even intentionally unpredictable. I don't know, I just feel there's like an energy of your past, like a past relationship or past living situation that is just really, it's really hard to sit with that energy. But Spirit really wants to emphasize that these new connections are incredibly sturdy and stable, and not only are they not going anywhere, but these are people who will go out of their way to let you know that, to let you know I'm here, you can count on me. The way our relationship is, like the happiness and health that we're experiencing together, that's not going to change. Like, I'm not going to flip on you. I'm not going to switch. And I want you to know that. I want you to feel safe here. I'm just noticing, and I think I forgot to mention this, but this is the root chakra, this card, I think. Yes, it is. So this is very grounded. This is very secure. All right, so we are going to finish off the reading now with some tea leaf cards to see what else you need to know. What else does group 4 need to know about the changes coming to their life? We have scissors, disappointment in some affair. These scissors are definitely making me think of, first of all, cutting yourself free, cutting yourself loose, but it could also be cutting ties. We have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So yeah, we're definitely cutting some connections free here. Moon, changes in your life. I really love the image on this card because it looks like this moon was once hidden. It was once obscured by the clouds, and now the clouds are clearing and we can see the moon again. And the moon has to do with our emotions and our intuition. So it's like where your intuition was once clouded, or where it once wasn't safe to like fully show your emotions or fully show your spiritual side, you're getting back in touch with that side of yourself again. And then our last one is gong with an exciting event. Ooh. So actually let me get a clarifier for this exciting event. I want to see what's going on. Oh, that was fast. What is the exciting event? We have the 7 of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Chariot. So the Chariot, some of you guys might be going on a trip. I'm just looking at this this panda who is on his motorcycle. You guys could be going on a trip, or you could be going to, like, a friend could be taking you out to a fun event. I'm picturing like a friend surprising you and taking you to a concert, or taking you on a drive, taking you on a road trip, or for some of you it could be even something bigger, like your friend has passes to some kind of resort or some kind of exclusive event and you're tagging along with them. But with the 7 of Swords here, it's funny, this deck has a way of making even the negative cards like so cute, and then I can't even see them in a negative way. Paired with this energy, the 7 of Swords talks about like sneaky behavior. And recently, when this card has been coming out in a positive context, it makes me think of like, you cannot believe your luck that this blessing or this exciting event is happening, that you even feel like as you accept this blessing, you're like getting away with something, like you're making away with something, you're being sneaky, as if like the universe lost track and accidentally gave you this blessing, or like you're stealing it. It's almost like you can't believe you get to have your cake and eat it too. Feels like you're being bad because it's so indulgent, because it's so exciting. I just heard like maybe some of you guys are playing hooky to go to this exciting event. Like your friend invites you somewhere and it's like super spur of the moment, and you're like, actually I have work today, or I have class today, I was supposed to do these errands, and you're like, oh, screw it, and you just go and have a really, really good time. And so, yeah, maybe that's what the Seven of Swords is. Like, you're sneaking out to do this fun thing, and it feels like you're being bad, but you totally deserve it. I'm really, really, I can definitely see how this phase can be a roller coaster. Just within this one reading, we had, some quite heavy energies, but I'm happy to say that it feels like most of those are of the past. But like, it's a lot. This is a lot. We have simultaneously some very heavy energies that we're processing, and then we also have like this beautiful positive energy that's coming in. And I guess if I could just personally give some advice to close off the reading, it would be to offer yourself a lot of patience. I think that when you move from a dark place to a light place, your emotions don't always necessarily immediately follow suit, well, no, they don't. Like, okay, the negative event is behind me now and I'm in a good place, so I'm never going to feel sad anymore. There might be a period where it's kind of up and down. And there could even be some times where, weirdly enough, you feel like you miss the past, like with this Five of Cups and heartache over what you no longer have. But it's important not to judge how you're feeling, and even like to not feel guilty about how you're feeling. You can recognize that someone was toxic for you and still miss them, or like, still reminisce on the good times. It can be nuanced like that. And I think you don't have to feel bad about grieving over the past, and you don't have to feel bad about, like, even though you're in a better situation on the outside, there might still be some inner turmoil. I think that, like, being hard on yourself for having those feelings or judging yourself for what emotions you have, it only makes things worse. It only like exacerbates the pain and the frustration. And I think the best thing to do is like allow yourself that grace to feel the whole spectrum of your emotions, even if it's confusing, even if you are holding two conflicting emotions at the same time. Like, you're human, you're allowed to do that, and processing emotions can be messy. So we don't need that extra layer of judgment. Just allow yourself to feel the things. And if you can, I would encourage you to be very, very patient with yourself and very, very kind with yourself in this time. And eventually, feeling this joy and moving on from the past, it will become like a second nature. It's just a matter of time. And I think it's also a matter of you guys being with such amazing people, like being in the arms and your heart being in the hands of such amazing people who truly love you and who will be there to support you through this transition of letting go of the past and letting go of these past experiences with toxicity that still kind of had a hold on you. Eventually, again, gently, in a matter of time, they'll fall away and this happiness will come so naturally. So that's my wish for you, that you can be gentle with yourself through this process. But I want to really say thank you for letting me do this reading for you, because I do feel like this one was especially, it kind of felt like especially personal or especially vulnerable. So thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. And thank you so much to your guides, your spiritual team as well, for being here and assisting through this reading. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. I also have a Patreon, so if you guys are interested in seeing even more exclusive pick a cards where you get to choose a topic, that will be linked down below too. And I have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to that one or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked below as well. But for now, I am sending you and all of your spiritual team so much love, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.